welcome to Mia's Stories. Make sure to subscribe to never miss an update, and a lucky chance to video chat with me. I'll never forget that day. It was the most humiliating and embarrassing experience of my life. I'm not sure what came over me, but I decided to dress up like a complete sissy and go out in public. Little did I know, my day was about to take a turn for the worst. I started by putting on a pink dress with lace trim and matching pink heels. I added a touch of makeup, including mascara and pink lipstick. Then, I put my long blonde hair in a high ponytail, secured it with a pretty pink bow, and headed out the door. As soon as I stepped outside, I knew I had made a huge mistake. People were staring at me, whispering, and pointing. I could feel the heat rising in my cheeks as I quickly walked down the street. I decided to stop by the mall to get some lunch. I knew it was risky, but I was starving. As I entered the food court, I could feel all eyes on me. Everyone seemed to be whispering and giggling. I tried to ignore them and find a table, but it was hard when they were all staring at me. Finally, I found an empty table and sat down. As I was waiting for my food, I noticed a group of teenage boys walking by. They were laughing and pointing at me, calling me names like sissy and faggot. I wanted to crawl under the table and die. Just then, my food arrived. I was relieved to have something to focus on besides the constant staring and whispering. But as I reached for my fork, I realized it was a little too small for my fingers. I tried to pick up my burger, but my pink fingernails kept getting in the way. Finally, I gave up and decided to eat with my hands. As I was doing this, a family sat down at the table next to me. The mother and father shot me dirty looks, while their children giggled and pointed at me. I felt so humiliated. After lunch, I decided to go to the bookstore. I thought it would be a safe haven where people wouldn't judge me. As soon as I walked through the doors, I noticed that everyone was looking at me. The employees looked at me like I was an alien, while the customers whispered and pointed. I tried to find a corner to hide in, but there were no empty spots. So, I decided to browse through the books. As I was looking at the romance section, I overheard a group of girls talking about me. "Look at that sissy boy over there," one girl said. "He should just go home and wear his mommy's dresses." "Yeah," another girl agreed. "He's such a loser." I wanted to die right then and there. My heart was racing, and I felt like I couldn't breathe. I quickly grabbed a book and rushed to the checkout. As I waited in line, I tried to calm myself down. I told myself that this was just a bad dream, and that I would wake up soon. But when the cashier asked me if I found everything I was looking for, I knew it wasn't a dream. I paid for my book and quickly walked out of the store. I didn't look back, afraid of what I might see. My entire day had been nothing but humiliation and embarrassment. I swore to myself that I would never dress like that again. As I walked home, I couldn't help but think about how everyone had treated me. The stays, the laughter, the names. It was all too much to bear. I hoped that when I got home, I could wash off the makeup, change out of the clothes, and pretend that today had never happened. But deep down, I knew that wouldn't be possible. This day would be engraved in my mind forever, a constant reminder of how stupid and reckless I had been. I vowed to never let myself be that vulnerable again. When I got home, I immediately took off the clothes and scrubbed the makeup off my face. I changed into comfortable clothes and tried to forget about the day. But as I lay in bed that night, I couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. The humiliation and embarrassment still lingered in my mind, like a bad taste in my mouth. I realized that day had taught me an important lesson. I was never going to fit in by trying to be someone I wasn't. If I wanted to be accepted, I had to accept myself for who I was. In the weeks that followed, I started to embrace my true self. I stopped trying to dress like a sissy and began to wear clothes that made me feel comfortable and confident. I also started to stand up for myself when people made rude comments or treated me badly. It wasn't easy at first, but over time, I began to feel more secure in my own skin. People still stared and whispered, but it didn't bother me as much anymore. I had learned to love who I was, no matter what others thought. Looking back on that day, I'm grateful for the lesson it taught me. It was a humiliating experience, but it helped me grow and become a stronger, more self-assured person. And for that, I can't help but be a little thankful. If you enjoyed this story and want to show your support, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, For every comment with 69, you could have a chance to video chat with me. Thanks for your time.